Hello. Hi, Annie. Hi, Maria. Hello. How are you? Hi, Maribel. Kelly Mo. Hi, Cranky Pants. Hi, everybody. How are you? There's that Lane making Wahlberg lover. Hello. Good evening. Oh, that was very formal. Good evening to you. This is DJ AK, the Amanda Knight. Hi. Watching in Arizona. Shout out to Arizona, where it's probably much warmer than it is here in New Jersey. Hi, Kelly. I am not in my usual beat laboratory tonight, as you can see. My house is under construction, and so I'm staying with my very kind friends, and so I'm using this like old school Tiffany lamp as my setup here. My little ring light is still at home and all that fun stuff, but who really cares anyway, right? Because it's just about hanging out and having a chat. And oh, you're in New Jersey too, so you know it's cold. Yeah, it's really, really bitter cold here. Hi, everybody. Hello. It's been quite some time since we have done an Instagram live. And the last live that we had on No More Games was pretty exciting, I think. It looks like the lamps they used to have in Pizza Hut. Yes, it does. It's always cold in the winters of New Jersey. I know, Maribel, I know. It'll be 100 degrees at night for our July New Kids on the Block concert. Jillian, where is that? Where do you live? 110 degrees. Oh my goodness. Annie says it's really cold in Massachusetts also. Oh my goodness. Hi, everybody. Hi, DJ Miss T from your master's class. I'm so proud of you. Working your hiney off. So excited for you and happy for you. I hope you can't hear my little dogs. They're like sniffing by the doorway here because they're not used to where we are or being away from me. Oh my gosh. It's 48 in Tampa, Florida, which is cold. Yeah, that is cold for you guys. Jillian says, oh, Lake Havasu, Arizona, but the concert is in Phoenix. Yeah, it's going to be hot. I'm going to the concert in Charlotte, North Carolina in July, or as we like to call it, Satan's anus, because I believe that's how hot it will be there as well. Meg, oh, Meg, you little hoe, how are you? I am so happy to be here with you guys tonight. Usually we do Blockhead Show and Tell. I don't have anything really to show or tell you tonight, except that our good friend DJ Broadway Jen is going to be joining us in a few minutes to tell us some exciting things about her podcast and all kinds of fun stuff. We have a lot going on here on No More Games. I'm not going to lie. We are coming up to our 3rd anniversary. I can't believe it. 3 years on February 26th. And let me tell you, we have had a lot of crazy stuff happen in those 3 years. So we're trying to figure out like exactly what to do to celebrate, how we can incorporate some of the fans or maybe our Facebook community. So definitely stay tuned to all of our socials to find out exactly what we're going to be up to and maybe how you can participate. Let's see. Oh, we got some stuff going on here. We got people hooking up. Do you have a shop? What are you making? Oh, hi, Kevin. That's my lovely Airbnb host who is watching from the living room. Homedale we have near us. Yes, I'm going to the Homedale show. Maribel, are you going? We should definitely try to go together. So we have DJ Broadway Jen coming on in a few minutes. Any one of the other DJs who is here want to jump on and talk with me a little bit about 3 years of No More Games Radio? Anybody? Class? Anyone? Anyone? Don't all raise your hands at once. It's been a wild ride. We have had our ups and downs, that's for sure. But I think all in all, it's been pretty successful. And we're just so glad that we have, you guys still supporting us and that you still have our back after all this time. Because it's not easy what we do. It's a lot of fun, but it's time consuming. And, we're all volunteers. We all have our own lives and families and full-time jobs, some of us, and some of us have more than one job on top of doing this stuff. You guys know it's life. Life is lifey, but we love to do this because it gives us a creative outlet and it helps us to stay connected with the Blockhead community, which is so important to all of us. And it helps us to, stay connected through the amazing music that we love to share here on No More Games Radio as well. Somebody says their screen is frozen. Am I frozen? I hope I'm not frozen with a really ugly face on. That would be unfortunate. Oh my gosh. Hi BH Forever. Hi Blockhead Foundation. Hello. How are you? There's my girl, JRB Foodie. So a quick story about JRB Foodie who just joined, and you can leave in 2 seconds, Jen, I promise, but we were probably sophomores in high school, and she said, you should be a radio DJ, Amanda. You should go work on PLJ Power 95, which was a radio station that was here in New York City. Very popular station. They had a really popular morning show called Scott and Todd in the Morning. If anybody ever listens to them, they're still, I believe, on Sirius XM. And I always thought, wow, maybe I could do that someday. So thank you, Jennifer, my dearest friend from DePaul Catholic High School. Now I get to be a DJ, and I think of you all the time. So, oh wait, I see DJ Broadway Jen. Speaking of the Jens, DJ Broadway Jen is going to come on and chat with us a little bit. I'm very excited to have her here. She, she kind of went on her own little path, and nobody knew, I don't think anybody knew how much it was going to blow up and be so successful and cool and amazing for her. So I'm very, very excited to have her come on and talk about it a little bit. How do I invite you, Jen? By the way, did I mention we're amateur radio here? Yes, Maribel, I went to Catholic High School. I went to DePaul Catholic High School in Wayne, New Jersey. Room, JBR Foodie. And she's awesome in her own right. She should come on here and talk to me about fun stuff if she wants one of these days.
Okay, here I am. Hi. I was like, how do I do this? See?
Listen,
Technology.
I'm all discombobulated myself because I'm not in my beat lab. And you know how I feel about my beat lab.
I feel about it.
Hi. First of all, you look beautiful.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I love seeing your smiling face on my screen all the time. I just watched you do a podcast on Instagram Live.
Yeah.
Please tell me about that a little bit, DJ Broadway Jen.
So I know I miss being DJ Broadway Jen, but I'll always be DJ Broadway Jen.
You always will in our hearts. And please, you have an open invitation to do whatever you want, whenever you want around here. So.
So I was just posting stuff on the Instagram for my podcast at this performance podcast.
Yeah.
And this magazine called Women Who Podcast magazine commented on one of my photos. So I checked them out and they're like, well, you can request to be a, featured podcast. So I'm like, let me fill this out. They're probably going to be like, yeah, you're too early or
Yeah, or
whatever. Stuff like, yeah,
thanks, but no thanks,
yeah,
or maybe not even get a response at all. But
exactly. So then all of a sudden I just get an email in my inbox and they're like, yeah, we'd love to feature you. This is, times we can, and I went on Zoom with them. They interviewed me on Zoom and they wrote an article on me and it's in the current issue, the January winter issue. Yeah.
so just tell me, did you ever think when you were kind of brainstorming this idea over a year ago now, did you ever think that it would get this big and that you would be doing something like that?
Not at all. I didn't even plan on doing this. I was just trying to have fun during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Really,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, because I mean, you work in theater. If people don't know how you got your moniker DJ Broadway Jen,
Yeah,
it's because you work in theater.
I work in theater. I'm a Broadway usher.
How many
And just,
years have you been doing that?
oh my gosh, I've been doing that over 10 years.
Do you love it?
I do.
Or do you hate it? Or do you love to hate it?
So I hate the matinees and the night shows or it depends. Sometimes the matinees are okay, which is very rare. And then the evening performances will be like, they all trying to play a joke on us.
Oh, that's too funny. Oh, there's Sherry. Hi, Sherry, our good
Hi.
friend Sherry in OTB Canada from Block Talk. And she's doing amazing. She recently had a health scare but she's doing amazing. And I just want to send her lots of love because she is one funny ass chick. So good to see you here, Cher. There's Foxy too.
Oh, look at that. Foxy Lacey.
Hey, lazy.
We all have, if you listen to No More Games regularly, or if you don't, I'll tell you right now, we all have to say Foxy Lacey, like Foxy Lacey, and we all try to kind of compete with each other to see who
Yeah.
does it.
I think she secretly appreciates that too. I think she likes it. So at this performance podcast, it kind of started out as like just like a an
It actually
hour long
it actually
type
started out on No More Games Radio.
right. So that's what I was going to say. It started out as like an hour long type interview style show that you wanted to try out, and you had a couple of pretty good guests. Who was your first guest?
So back when it was on No More Games Radio,
Yes,
I called it Intermission.
that's right. Okay, that's right.
We called it Intermission, and DJ Bethy actually came up with that name. So yeah, so we got to give props to DJ Bethy because she's
Oh,
the one that
always
came up
props
with the
to
name.
her.
And my first
I do.
guest on when it was Intermission was Travis Nesbitt of the Boy Band Project.
I love those
And
guys so much.
JST was guest hosting with me,
Was she?
and
Oh,
we both
right,
together.
that's right. The boy band project is so much fun. Jen like kind of brought them into our little weird little ragtag family here. And it's like an off Broadway review kind of, or would you call it a review? What would you
Yeah,
call it?
yeah. I mean, like pretty much like a love letter to all the boy bands that you love.
Yeah, it's like a jukebox musical
Yeah,
of boy band music.
pretty much.
And these guys, I mean, they do it perfectly. Oh, there's Meg too. Mel, I mean, I'm sorry, Mel. Happy birthday, Mel. Happy belated birthday from Block Talk and Sister Wives Saga. I love it when our collaborators come on and support us.
Yeah.
Um, so, how did you get hooked up with Boy Band Project?
So it was that damn pandemic, man. One of one of my very good friends, Jane, she's been trying to get me to see the boy band forever, and I was like, no, they're cool, but I'm not going to get into it because I knew it was going to happen. I mean,
Right.
pretty much everything that happens, like when we go see the New Kids, when we go see our boy bands, I mean, I knew this was going to happen, so I was like, nope. And then when I was going to interview Travis was like, "We'll come to the show," and I'm like, "Oh, great!" I was like, "Now I can't get out of this," and been going ever since.
Right.
22 shows. 22 shows.
That's impressive. Did I go twice? I think I went twice.
Yeah, I think you went twice.
If it were easier for me to get in and out of the city, I would totally go all the time, as much as I could, because they put on such a fun show, and they really have the whole formula
Yeah.
kind of down in how they do the casting. But Travis is always, what would you call Travis? He's like kind of, is he the Jordan? Is he the Donnie? Is he a little
Yeah,
combination
I think he might be a little combination of both,
of
you
the
know.
bad boy and the front man?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. But he's also, the creator of it. He's kind of like the I guess, do I want to use, well, I guess he's really like the whole like later, I guess maybe like the whole I don't want to use the word dad, maybe like, so I guess he's
I
kind of
mean, like
like
the
but
creative director.
he's also like the calm of the group and everything he does. Like if there's always maybe he's like a John of the group. Maybe
Okay,
he's like
that's a
that. You know.
good, yeah, that's good. I mean, not when he's not on stage. He's more like the
Yeah.
John, I think.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Um,
Off stage.
oh, there's our friend Law. Hi, Law. So I think that was a really great way for you to kind of like dip your toe into the water because it was a combination of both things that are directly your wheelhouse.
Yeah.
You know? Oh,
And
hi, Stacy.
And then when I switched it over to do my own podcast and change it to At This Performance podcast, my first guest there was Sam Harvey, who is also in the Boy Band
Boy band
Project. So
project.
every venture that I do, I have to like my first thing has to be with the Boy Band Project, I
I
think.
feel like Sam is like your brother from another mother. I
He
feel
really
like you guys hit it off immediately. And you have such a great rapport. You guys have actually done power hours for No More
is. Three
Games.
of them, yeah. I think we did like three of them, yeah.
You guys are hysterical.
Thank you.
Like, how many takes do you have to do when you're recording those?
So usually, so funny. The first one that we did was, I think the first one we did was a Rise and Grind when we did Rise and Grind.
You did a rise and grind because I remember I edited it.
I think that was like, oh my gosh, what was that? Like, I think it took us like 45 minutes to do it, whatever. And then like our power hours when we were doing like the 90 sets took us like an hour and a half. And then like to get that down, we're like, we just keep going on tangents. I mean, the last time that he was on for, because he comes back every year on the podcast and he does my anniversary episode with me.
Yeah,
The last time I think we talked for about 2 hours, and I think I maybe just cut out like 15 minutes of that because it was just so good.
that's I love that. I love that not only do you get to combine like all the things that you love, but you're making like these amazing friendship connections in the process, which I think is so cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like honestly, like with all those guys, like me and my wife Susan, we've traveled to see them in their
Yeah.
other shows they did. We
Hi,
drove out to
Sue.
Rhode Island.
I see you on here, Sue.
Exactly. So, we traveled to Rhode Island to go see Chris Pressfield. He did this little he did the show called My Way, and they sang Frank Sinatra songs, which was so good.
Oh,
The
how fun was
four-person show.
that?
Two guys, two girls. It was amazing.
That sounds like a lot of fun, and that's different. That's
Yeah.
definitely like I love a good crooner, don't
Right.
get me wrong. I don't
Exactly.
know that I've ever seen like a full show like that. So what a great idea. But yeah, I'm not always a huge fan of the kind of prepackaged musical like that. But they seem to be what's popular now. You see it more and more on Broadway. Um, even now, there's well, what's the show? Isn't there a Britney Spears show?
That close, but yes,
What's
they
it
did
called?
do it Once Upon a One More Time. It was all songs, all Britney Spears songs. And right now they have A Beautiful Noise, the Neil Diamond musical
Right,
that's there, and Juliet, which actually Sam is at tonight. And Juliet has all of gosh, why am I blanking? Has all of like your favorite
that's like
pop
pop.
songs from
I
like the
was just gonna
2000s.
say,
So,
isn't
early
that kind of
2000s.
like a pop
Britney,
review? Yeah,
Dion, Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, everything.
yeah. I think that's so. I I'm a big stickler for like traditional Broadway. I'm a fan of that kind of thing. But like even when we went to see Six, you were ushering for the Broadway show Six, and I was not sure what to expect at all. And as soon as I like kind of read the playbill and saw what the premise was, I was like, "Ugh, I don't know if I'm gonna like this, but I loved it. I loved it. It's just so much fun, and I think that kind of stuff is the target audience now for people going to Broadway. They're really our age, you know.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't they want to do the music and stuff that we recognize? Oh, Mel wants to know what's your favorite Broadway show, Jen. That's a loaded question.
Currently or all time?
Both.
Okay. So, um, currently, uh, none really, because one of my favorite show just closed, which was Shocked, and I miss Shocked.
It was
So
a show about
it was a
corn,
show
people,
all
just so
about
you know.
corn. Yes, it was a show all about corn with corny jokes, and it was hilarious. It was just 2 hours of just laughing hysterically. And I think that after what we've been through with the pandemic and things that are going on in the world and everything, just that was a show that we needed.
Yeah.
All time favorite show, Bonnie and Clyde. I know, really weird, really two couldn't
Well,
be different.
I knew you were going to say that because I heard you talk about it on the Women Who
Hmm.
podcast. Um, and that was kind of a short-lived show also, am I right? Oh,
Yeah.
Planet Laws, he's in there. He's in the mix. He's saying
Oh
Dreamgirls. He
yeah,
said
Dream
Men
Girl.
of La Mancha. I've
Yeah.
seen him.
Yes. I mean, there are just so many great shows out there now. I mean, I think that right now, and even with all the new shows that are coming, there's going to be something for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm really excited to see Hell's Kitchen,
Yeah.
which is the Alicia Keys musical,
Oh,
based
yeah.
on her
Hmm.
life. So, yeah, I'm excited to see that one. And I'm waiting for news on The Wanderer. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. The Wanderer, that show with that guy that we know from that
Yeah, yeah.
band. What are they called?
Was his name something? I think he's
He,
done Broadway
I
before. Keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, definitely. I just saw on TV a commercial that they're doing another revival of The Who's Tommy also, which I wouldn't really call it a jukebox musical. It's more of like a rock opera. But I'm excited to see that. That I saw that back in like the 90s when it was out on Broadway. Oh, Sherry's like, Joey. Yes, of course it's Joey. Um
Blue eyes.
I
Yeah,
just
maybe. They're a little
huh,
blue.
I saw, what did I just see recently? What's the, I was gonna say, what's the one about hell? Hades Town, which I thought was really beautifully done. And I couldn't get over Philip Boykin, is that his
Yeah,
name? The
Philip
guy
Boyce
who,
is amazing. Although I'm kind of like in the phase of I'm not going to see Tommy because they pushed Shucked out of their theater. So I'm a little
oh, is it, okay,
I'm
sorry.
in
I
the
didn't
same
know.
theater. But I'll get over it by the time that it's and I'll probably go see it. So, but
Okay.
we have to be a little mad when our shows close, our favorite shows close, and then others come in like I'm not going to go see that, and then you go see it, and you're like, oh my god, I love this show. And The Great Gatsby is coming up with my
Oh,
boy Jeremy Jordan.
that's right. Yeah. I see him all over the place now too. What is going on with him?
Everything.
Yeah,
He just did so his rock band Age of Madness is going on hiatus for a little bit
okay.
because he is going into The Great Gatsby at the end of March.
That's so cool. You can
So
hear Age of Madness on No More Games Radio, just so you
yeah,
know.
you can request them. Everything's in there.
Hmm.
And so he's currently supposed to be rehearsing. He'll be rehearsing next week, starting next
Sounds
week.
awesome.
Our rehearsals are ready, but he is currently in California doing some of his makeup shows that he had to cancel when he's either back from the pandemic or when he was in Little Shop. So
Oh
he's
yeah,
doing
that's
he's doing
right.
little makeup dates.
Okay. All right. That sounds good. Um, Talk a little bit bit about, I know you talked about this before a million times, but talk a little bit about your experience on Waitress for those watching who might not know
Okay.
that you were
So
working at Waitress when Joe McIntyre was
yeah,
there.
yeah. So I worked at Waitress quite a bit. On and off when it was there. I was there for like almost 4 years. And it was so fun to work at. Sarah Bareilles is amazing. She's such a nice person. She is just literally like the dream of that. You like you have like this like kind of thing about like a celebrity, like, oh, I wonder if they're gonna be nice. I wonder if they're
Yeah.
gonna be like the new kids. Are they gonna be like them, or are they gonna be
Yeah.
like, ugh, no, I don't want to
Stuff
talk to you.
or
But
jerky, right? Or just have an attitude or be arrogant. Yeah.
exactly. But like Sarah was just so like she would come out and she'd be like, how are you guys doing? We're like, us? you know, me? What?
Yeah.
You can see me? What?
That
But
makes me
she was
so
just
happy because I secretly like I always want to love like the famous people that we come in contact with. And when I witness them like maybe behaving poorly or maybe they're just having a bad day and behaving humanly, but you know what it's like when you kind of keep somebody on a pedestal like that. So I'm really happy to hear that she really is a very
she,
nice person.
she is. But yeah, so I was there when uh, Joe was there playing Dr. Pomander. And for those 9 weeks, I wanted to work every single show. And I begged the bosses there and I was like, can I work all 9 shows, please?
Yeah.
Work all 9 weeks. And I was literally there every day. Some people were like, oh, I have to leave early. Does anybody want to switch with you? Yes, sure. I will switch. You don't have to give it back to me. I'm good. I got it.
Yeah.
So I was there, and he had come to the show before then.
Right.
A couple of times. The first time he came was actually on my birthday. Yeah, I, I'm
It's
seating
like
people,
the
and I was like,
universe planned this, Jen.
right, because there were 2 shows that day. There were 2 shows about uh, there were 2 shows. It was a Wednesday, so we had a matinee and we had the night show. So for the matinee, I was like, he should totally come here today just to say happy birthday to me. 10 minutes into the evening, walk in, he shows up. He's like, oh hey, I heard it was your birthday. Because my coworker's like, it's her birthday. Can you say happy birthday to her? And he gives me a hug. So I wish somebody had like picture of my face because I was probably like,
I was just gonna say, probably look like mine just did.
right, like what? So, and then he actually happened to be down my aisle, so I sat him, and his wife Barrett was there with him,
Aw.
and yeah, so it was, and she was like, "Oh, happy birthday!" And I was like, "Thank you." So, I mean, they're like the nicest.
Yeah.
He took a pic with me then, and so it was so cool, whatever. And then when he actually came back, he was, really nice because I was just kind of like, how do I get you to be Dr. Pomander? And
Yeah.
he's like, I don't know, go sing on the stage. And I was like, I will talk to anybody that I have to. I actually talked to the lead producer a couple of weeks later. And I was like, how about Joey McIntyre for Dr. Pomander? Then it happened.
Jen, I swear. That's amazing. And not for nothing, but the sheer like calf strength that it took for him to jump on that exam table from just a standing position. Like I'm a
That was
Jordan girl. This is we talk a lot about boy bands around here. I'm a Jordan girl, but I was swerving hardcore into the Joey lane when I saw that show. It was something else. Oh, Sherry said thank you, Jen. Thank you for making it happen. Now, let's talk a little bit about The Wanderer really quickly because you and I both saw it at the Paper Mill Playhouse, which is a regional theater
show got
house here in New Jersey.
my
Huh?
show got canceled. My show
It
got
did?
canceled. Yes, my show got canceled, and I was one of the ones that had to move
No.
them to the end. That had to move it to the end.
Oh, that's right. I was going to say, why don't I remember that? But yes, I do remember
Yeah,
that
Mike
because I was
had
going to
was
try to
very
meet up
sick
with
with
you
bronchitis.
guys.
Yeah, Mike was very sick with bronchitis, and so they had canceled 2 days of the show, which I was supposed to go.
Yep.
And yeah,
That's
and
Mike
then
Martella,
yeah,
by the way, who played Dion. He
I
played
think
Dion
yeah,
and he's amazing. And he also is a singer songwriter and has his solo stuff on No More Games Radio. So check him out on our station as well. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and then so we moved to like we were like the second to last show because they had to move our date.
I'm so excited for that to finally come to fruition, not only because I would love for Joey to be able to fulfill his dream of originating a role on Broadway, which he would be doing.
Can you believe
But just
the first role that he's originated? I mean, like this
no,
is
I
ridiculous.
can't.
This is crazy.
But I'm glad that he's going to get the opportunity to do so. It's just one more thing he can add to the laundry list of the amazing good fortune that he's had in his life, you know. But also kind of knowing and having talked to some of the other people from that cast here, like Mike Wartella and Tommy, um, what's his last name? The the guy who works at FEO Schwartz. What's his name?
Oh, um, John,
Oh,
Johnny.
Johnny.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Johnny.
Johnny.
Tomorrow.
When we get together, we're like that guy.
You know the guy. Um,
Yeah.
just hearing from the people who have been involved in that show for so many years, and really since it was like workshopped and everything, and all of the time and effort and rejection and kind of all of the blood, sweat, and tears that they've put into it. Like I can't wait. I'm so excited for that whole cast to, or for, at least for the people who are able to follow it onto the Broadway stage. I think it's going to be so exciting for all of them, and I'm
Yeah.
so proud. I'm so proud of Joe. I told him that when I saw Waitress. I said, I feel like I felt like you were my brother. I was so proud of you.
Yeah, because it's also like where people, don't understand. I feel like if you're not a blockhead, you don't understand. Like we grew up with these
Right?
guys. They grew up with us. They've been a part of our lives for so long. So when something good happens for them and when they're doing something, we're just like so proud of them because like,
Yeah.
you know, whether or not you have a crush on your favorite guy or whatever, you just feel like this kind of like this like sisterly proud of just like when they accomplish
I
stuff, and they when
I absolutely felt like I was like beaming with pride for like my big brother who just did this amazing thing, just because we have this longevity in our relationship, not because we know each other personally, but we've been together for so long. So yeah, it's kind of exciting, and who knows, maybe you'll get him on the podcast.
I've been saying it because it worked once before on Broadway, so I just figured if I just keep saying it, eventually it'll
You're
happen.
gonna
Whether
manifest
it
it.
happens, listen, if it happens 3 years from now or whatever, it's totally fine. But actually, coming up on the podcast, I have the amazing, talented, like just triple threat, Natalie Gallo, who was in The Wanderer.
What?
And we gush about Joey, and she is just so much fun. She's done, I mean, like, she's had an amazing career,
Yeah.
but I mean, the Blackheads would know her
Oh,
too. And
yeah, of
that
course.
episode will be coming up. I actually just put up an episode today with Will Reynolds and Eric Price.
Okay.
They wrote a musical it's actually a play before. It's called The Violet Hour. They made it
Oh,
into a musical, and
awesome.
they did a cast album before. Like there's no staging for their show, no nothing or whatever. And then like they put out the album, and the album is
They're
amazing. So
just going for it.
whatever you do. And one of I've my love for Bonnie and
Yeah.
Clyde, and I always want to collect everybody that like has some sort of connection with Bonnie and Clyde to come on the
Okay.
podcast. Actually got the book writer Ivan Menchel. I just recorded an episode with him, so I'm going to edit that and put
Jen,
that. And yeah,
that's amazing.
yeah, we had
Who
fun.
are who are some of your favorite past guests that you've had on the podcast?
But
I mean, I don't know if
I mean,
I would really know any
I
of
mean,
them, but
there was this girl on the podcast. Her name. She does like some sort of DJing or something. Like Amanda something. Yeah, she was amazing.
it was me. Listen, that's when Jen was just starting out and she was just trying to, get people to come on. But
Wait,
you
you
have had
episode
such
you were like episode 8 or 7, something like that. I
it was
think
it
something like
was
that.
cool. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
in the beginning, but you've had I mean so many amazing guests. Tell me. Oh, Sue said she loved my episode. Thanks,
Yeah.
Sue.
Your
Um
episode was so much fun
we
though.
had a
Your
great
episode was so
time, but
yeah.
I think, we have such a good rapport and we have so many things in common that it just, makes it fun to talk to you.
Yeah.
Um, who are some of your favorite people that you've been able to talk to on At This Performance podcast?
Gosh, I think I love also like people have come to me
Yeah,
and like have can
that's
I be on
awesome.
your podcast? And I'm like, yeah, of course. Like I recently did, and all these episodes, I'm like so many episodes behind. I'll be real with you guys. I'm so many episodes behind because I do this all by myself. Edit by myself. No More Games taught me how to edit everything.
That yes, but I mean, it's a good skill. It's a good skill to have, and once you get it, it gets easier.
Yeah,
Like
totally.
I can
My
recognize like where I'm saying
mhm.
so that I can
Yeah, I'm like that
delete
looks
it.
I'm like that looks like an right there. So I wish I have to like write like a language and be like, take out all my ums because there
Right.
are a lot of them. It would make the episode literally 5 minutes shorter.
I feel the same way. But that's great. So, but yeah, you literally do everything from beginning to end, which is also pretty impressive because you're a self-taught podcaster and
Yeah.
you've had such great success with it that it's so exciting, and you obviously have good buzz and word of mouth if people are approaching you and asking you
Yeah.
to be
Yeah. And I
on the
have
podcast.
to give a shout out to my friend Michelle, who co-hosts Pop Culture Junkies with her friend Stephanie. Me and Michelle have been friends for, oh my gosh, like probably over like 17 years now.
Yeah,
We've known each other for so long, and she did a podcast over the pandemic as well. That's when they started theirs as well. And I'm like, how did you start this? And she told me like where she went or whatever. So I mean, like, big shout out to her because she told me, because I would never know. I was like, where would I go to like, where do I have to go to all these separate things and do?
your girl Christina, author Christina, she is gassing you up. She loves you, Jen. Thank you so much for all the great comments about her podcast. That's so nice.
Christina is amazing. She is pretty much the social media manager for
Oh,
jeremy-jordan.com. We have
right
all
on.
the socials for that, and she takes care of all that because I can't keep up with all this stuff, and she is amazing
That's so
doing
awesome.
that because I'm like, I need help here. Like, I can't do all this by myself. And
People
she
have
was,
no idea the amount of time that it takes to do stuff like this. They really
yeah,
don't. It's a labor of love for sure because we don't have sponsors. We do this for free. We do this for the love of
yeah,
the art and the love
definitely.
of the theater and the love of music and all of that stuff.
And I
So,
love of just sharing stories of everybody, like when I decided to do the podcast for real, like when I recorded with Sam, I wasn't even sure. I said, listen, we're going to record, but I don't know if I'm going to actually do this. And he's like, well, it'd be a fun conversation anyway. We got to know each other.
yeah,
And I wasn't sure if I actually wanted to actually do this or not. And I did. I was like, you know what? There are so many amazing people that people don't know about, like people from the guys from the boy band project.
right.
Wouldn't know them. And this is a way to highlight
Hmm.
them. This is not about me at
Right,
all. I want to highlight these people that you may not know about and people that you have heard of.
right,
Like, I had Jeremy Jordan on the podcast. I
right.
had James Monroe Iglehart on the
Yeah,
podcast. For those of you that don't know James, he's a Tony winner for
yeah,
Aladdin.
yes.
He's currently in
He plays the
Spamalot.
king.
He's playing King Arthur in Spamalot.
Yes, I'm dying to go see
Oh
that.
my gosh, so fun! Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
Spamalot is like the best.
Who who is, I know this is going to be hard to say, and you don't have to say if you don't want to, but who is was the favorite conversation that you've had so far on At This Performance?
I don't really know if I've had a favorite conversation because everybody has been so unique. So what I do is I don't ask the same questions to everybody. I tailor the questions to the
Yeah.
people's careers and what they're doing now, what they have done. I try to find something unique about them that maybe people may or may not know. I want them to answer these questions. So a favorite is kind of like, you know, I don't know if I have like an
It's like
actual
asking
favorite.
a mom to pick her favorite child. You
Exactly.
like them all for different reasons.
Yeah.
Who's on your short list of people that you'd like to have as a guest on the podcast?
Really, and I know it's going to be quite a task or whatever, but I will. I don't know when, but mark my words, I will get Joey McIntyre and Jody Benson on my podcast.
Okay, I believe it. I, I 100% believe it. You should get Mike Wartella also.
Yes, I actually, well, when I was talking with Natalie, I said, when Mike wants to come on, just, let me know.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, he's so,
yeah,
so he's had been kind enough to come
yeah.
and talk to us here on the station, as well as Johnny. What I call him before,
Mhm.
Tommy. I'm sorry, I'm tired. Um, and yeah, they both are awesome people to chat with too. And Johnny is a talker. Like we kept no offense, Johnny, if you ever see this. So DJ Michelle and I had the pleasure of speaking with him, and we were, kind of trying to wrap it up, tie it up, and we're like, well, it's been great. And he's like, and then another thing, and we're like, oh, we're sure your wife, wants you back now. She's been nice enough to lend you to us, and I could hear her in the background going, you can keep him. But he's just one of those great storytellers. He's so easy to listen to.
My,
Some
my,
people,
my wife is saying, she's like, Mimi tells you how to make eggplant. Yes, she does. So on my episode, Mimi Bissett,
hmm
I can't remember her episode number, whatever, but Mimi Bissett,
yeah,
she literally she gave you like a little mini cooking lesson. She's like, taught you how to make like certain things, whatever. So if you need to know how to make something,
yeah.
definitely like check out Mimi's episode because Mimi's also in Bonnie and Clyde.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's so much
I
fun.
I'm a
Um,
collection of Bonnie and Clyde people.
yeah, why not? Do it. You have a collection of Bonnie and Clyde memorabilia too, don't you?
I do.
We normally do Blockhead Show and Tell here, on the Instagram lives, but we can do Broadway Show and Tell. Do you have anything?
Oh my, I don't have anything on hand or whatever, but actually I am gonna go get something
Oh,
that is Broadway related and Blockhead
okay.
related.
I'll do a little jazz hands while you're gone. I wish I could think of a Broadway show tune off the top of my head. I would just start to sing, but all of the songs running through my head right now are from Les Mis, and nobody wants to hear it.
Okay, so when
Yes,
Joey
let's see.
McIntyre was in Waitress,
Yes.
I was like, I just want you to sign a playbill to Jen. Love Joey Mac, whatever.
Yeah.
The JM that he does, and I was like, okay, cool. But so it was on Valentine's Day. He came out on the stage, and he's like, where's Jen? I know I have to sign a playbill. And I was like, I'm right here. So I framed it.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What does it say?
So it says, Jen, thanks for getting me this show. XO Joey McIntyre. I'm trying to angle it so this way it looks like you can see it, but you
I
can't
can
really.
see. Yeah.
But it's on my Instagram, so
Um. Holy crap! Did you die?
I did because when he's writing, I was like, so how long does it take to write two Joey McIntyre? He's like, wait, you'll see, and kept going. And I was like, what is he writing?
I
Like,
love that so
don't ever
much.
talk to me again.
I love that so much. Now, if have you seen him at shows outside of the Broadway community? And does he recognize you as Jen, the usher from
So
Waitress?
what's really odd is that he recognized me sort of at when he did 12th night in
Oh, yeah,
Jersey.
yeah, yeah. Yep, yep. Red
So
Meg.
kind of like because I had I had become friends with the social media person who did it for Waitress, and she had the
As you should.
the doctor's prescription pad or whatever, and Joey just signed it or whatever and stuff like that. And I was like, you forgot to fill in my prescription, but you. And he wrote the good stuff, and I didn't want to say anything to him, and I was thinking like, really, you didn't write the right stuff. But anyway,
Aw.
but
Everybody loves a good New Kids pun.
yeah,
Um,
right.
I definitely do. So, okay, so you've told us who you've spoken to. You can't pick a favorite. You told us who you'd like to speak to. Um, where tell everybody where they can hear you, when you post new episodes, all the dirt. Give us the tea.
So the Instagram handle is at this performance podcast.
Mm-hmm.
The website is at thisperformancepodcast.com.
Mm-hmm.
And through the website, you can listen to everything. It's on Spotify, it's on Apple, it's on Google for however long that's going to last.
How
Because
many
their podcast.
how many streams have you had on like Spotify or
So I don't know the breakdown for each thing or
right,
whatever. So in the beginning, I was obsessed with looking at the stats. I was like, oh my god, I just got 10 downloads in like an hour. Oh my god, I just got the. Now I don't even look. I haven't logged in to look at them. I think I have like collectively over the whole time. I think it's probably like over 2,000 something, 2,500 something like that.
and how many episodes have you produced?
Today was my 36th episode that I put up today, and I have like 6 more to go to edit that I've already
That are
done or
in the
whatever.
can, so to speak.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's just like it's just so hard, like especially with like going to work at night, and then like you have to do stuff during the day. You have to adult during the day, right?
Right,
You know, and to actually just sit down and edit the episodes because I mean, like you edit stuff when it takes time to go through, and you want to listen. You want to make sure that everything sounds like what you're talking about.
right, exactly. Yeah, I have like a certain standard that I like to, uphold when I'm producing stuff for No More Games, and I'm sure that you have the same standard. Because it's like I said, it's a labor of love for us. We want it
Yeah,
to not only sound good, sound professional, sound interesting, but we want to make the people who've taken the time to come and chat with us sound amazing too. So
exactly.
yeah.
And also, you're putting your name on
Mhm.
something. You want it to
Yeah,
sound great. You don't want it to sound like shit. You know, Just, like what is
preferably
that? Yeah.
not like shit.
Yeah.
um
I mean, like, you have to deal with, like, maybe people on Zoom if their connection's not, like, the best. I always tell everybody, like, I can fix my side. I can redo my vocals. I don't care about that. That's fine.
right,
But your guest, you have to sound, they have to sound great.
right. Yes, I always tell people if you have like a headset or a microphone, like it's better than just kind of talking out loud and into the computer microphone.
Best microphone that I bought.
Which
It's
one is
a,
that? Is that the
so
Yeti?
it's a, no, it's an Audio Pro. I got it for like 40 bucks on Amazon. It sounds amazing.
Yeah, I mean, you always sound amazing, so good for you.
Thank
I love it. And
I
you're a
was just like,
bargain
I looked
shopper
up
too.
with, so it's so funny because I found my very, very first, this was my very first headset that I used when I was DJing for the first time on No More Games Radio.
No
I was
way.
just like a little like operator, like, right? Like,
You
yes,
look like
may I have your call?
you look like 1-800 dentist.
Right?
If I give you my zip code, can you find me a
If
dentist in
I
my
can find your
area?
dentist. Totally,
Thank
totally find your dentist.
you. So okay. So anything we should know about that's coming up down the pike?
So coming up, besides Natalie and Ivan that I mentioned, I have a, a team that wrote a new musical. And the be a name change. It was called The Manager, and the guys from the Boy Band Project actually were in it.
Oh no,
And
that's
so
awesome.
now they want to call it Invisible Man.
Okay.
And
Right?
it actually is about a guy that was managing a bunch of different people, and he got into the Lou Pearlman Ponzi scheme. So yeah,
Oh my God.
yeah.
I just watched the Luke Perlman Con or whatever it's called
Hmm.
on YouTube. I'm like a
Hmm.
day late and
Yeah.
4 years late and a buck short. I could not this is what my face looked like the whole time I was
Yeah.
watching it. I couldn't
Right. Exactly.
believe what this guy got away with.
Yep.
So I will be here for that. That would be
Yeah. So
so interesting.
part of it, whatever. There's more to whatever. It follows this one guy, whatever. But he did get caught up with Lou Pearlman,
Yeah.
and yeah, so that.
Crazy.
And I have an episode that I've been holding on to for a while.
Mhm.
She was so funny. Her name is Connie Perry. She's a comedian, but she used to be an usher. So we have
No
like,
way.
yeah.
Um, when are you going to have Kyle Luker on with his friend Dee?
Oh my gosh, I know I have to literally like just contact Kyle because like I literally just want to give Kyle his own episode because I mean you go from usher to talent manager. I mean like come on.
So listen to me. He's one of the funniest people I know. So Kyle is a friend of mine, and I don't know why it took so long for the light bulb to go off for me. I was like, why do I not introduce Jen and Kyle? First of all, Kyle was an usher. For many years, he ushered at the Nederlander Theater. He ushered during the Rent craze. Um, he is BFS with Dee Rossioli. They went to school together, and she's been in a ton of shows. Most recently, the one that sticks out is the Cher Show.
Mhm.
I think she was in. Hi, DJ Bethy. She said she's so
Hi,
happy to see your face.
DJ Kathy.
Um, but he is so Kyle and I got voted most musical in our high school senior yearbook together. And he is a riot and a half in his own right. So it would probably be you guys I know will have a fantastic
Well,
conversation. And
it's so
then
funny because when I was talking, whatever, one of my coworkers was saying, she's like, "Oh, I ran into my friend Kyle recently, and he does talent, manager, whatever. He manages so and so, and I was like, so cool, whatever." And then when you were, we're talking about it, whatever, I was like, wait a minute, they're talking about the same person. This is so weird.
yeah, I've known Kyle since we were 14. We did all our high school musicals together too. So you can ask him. He was the baker and I was the witch in Into the Woods. He was Tevye and I was Zeidel in Fiddler. Um, and that was terrible. But if he does talk about it, I hope he says I was great because I was.
If you want to
But
hear
yeah.
Amanda's Fiddler story, just listen to her episode.
Oh yeah, that was a hot one, a hot
That
mic.
was it. That's good.
Um,
Yeah.
oh my God, was so funny. But yeah, so I'll be interested to see if you are able to get him on. That should be a fun conversation. I mean, I'll have fun listening to it. I don't know if anybody else will, but I'm sure they will. And did you ever think when you were brainstorming this, like, you know, and trying it out and kind of testing the waters on No More Games that now you'd be 36 episodes in and all of these, on deck waiting and have all these big names and have people,
Not
reaching out to you, asking you to be on it.
Not at all, because so average takes about 7 to 8 episodes before a podcaster will quit. So you know that if you
Right.
go past that amount of episodes, you know that you actually are in it, you love doing it, and yeah, because if you like, I could have like after your episode, I could have been like, that's it, I'm not doing this anymore. This is too much work,
Right.
and it is. I'm not gonna lie to anybody. That's a lot of work,
Yeah.
especially when you're doing it by yourself.
Yep.
It's a lot of work, but if you love what you do, that's with anything, whatever. I mean, like, there's a lot of people that volunteer at animal rescues. There's people that volunteer, like if you like you tutor kids or anything like that.
Right.
Anything that you love to do, even though it is work, you're gonna do it because you just love it.
Yeah. Yeah. And everybody has their thing. And this is so obviously your thing. And it just, you kind of went so seamlessly into this world of podcasting from being our, matinee DJ here on No More Games Radio. And I want to let you know how happy I am for you and how really proud I am of you for taking the leap and going for it, because it paid off, and it continues to pay off for you. And I can't wait to see where it takes you in the future.
Me either. Thank you. And maybe, just maybe, because I mean, I can record on my phone or whatever. Maybe we'll do a little power hour, a little Broadway power hour. Either me solo or me and Sam. I don't know. We'll see. Because
That,
Sam's always up for anything.
listen, we would love that. You know that you have an open-ended invitation. You're still DJ Broadway Jen to us. So whenever you can grace us with your presence, we will take it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm always back, and I'm here behind the scenes. And when you see like these like weird things, like what is this artist doing in Dropbox? Oh, it must have been
That's
something Jen
Jen.
put.
Yeah. No, Jen is amazing.
Like
We
there's a
still
there's
could.
a Broadway folder, and I just keep adding to it. It's like that's it.
Yeah, but we still couldn't do it without you. You are the type of person who has the brain where you like to go in and like organize things and clean things up, and like our Dropbox is a wonder of organizational blunders. But
3 copies of Five Brothers and a Million Sisters.
right, and they're all named just
They're all named.
slightly differently. But no, we appreciate everything that you do. Even though we don't get to hear you on the air as much, you are still very much behind the scenes and still very much part of the team. And so I was so glad that you were able to come on and hang out with me tonight. Now, everybody better go and follow her at this performance podcast on Instagram. Are you on X?
No, no, no.
Um,
Like I am on, but I do have at this performance podcast on TikTok, which I just started. I
oh,
did like my first point of view video,
okay.
and people they were like, and I put it on Instagram too. But I was just like, so I'm kind of like learning the
The
TikTok.
Tickety Talks.
Yeah,
Yay. I'm so
I was
happy.
like, I'm too old for TikTok.
No, we have to. We can't. We can't say that
I
to
know,
ourselves.
I know. We have to learn TikTok, so it's.
Adapt
I
or
feel
die
like,
in this in
you know,
this business.
like the insurance commercial where it's like, like, okay, you're gonna turn around. There's gonna be, and there's a bubble around. Oh, cool day. Hi, I'm Keith. I feel like we're like in that stage. Why do you still have the manuals for all these? Do you even have that juicer?
Yes. No. Throw it out.
Throw it out.
Um,
Exactly.
that's okay. We'll all navigate TikTok together. I'm here to support you. And if you learn any cool tricks, please let me know as well. All right. All right, Jen, I love you. I'm going to call this a night here because at 10 o'clock I turn into a pumpkin. I know you're a night owl because you have night hours, but
But I do have a matinee tomorrow, which is so rare that I have a Wednesday matinee.
oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
So what
Well,
time
it
do you
was
have to be there?
because I have to be there at 1 o'clock because one of my last Wednesday matinees, which was a few weeks ago, I did Sweeney Todd.
Oh, okay. How was that?
That's great. Sweeney
The
Todd.
Demon Barber of Fleet Street.
Yeah. Well, now they have a new kid now, Aaron Tveit and Sutton Foster in it. So
Okay.
I haven't worked that one yet. But Susan is going on Sunday for her birthday.
Oh, yay. Oh, Susan.
Yes. I'm sending her for
Happy
her birthday, or her
birthday
boyfriend
to
was like,
you.
I'll go with her, and I was like, great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I
It's just
want
so funny
dinner,
because
she
you're like
says.
once you're in your work show, it's kind of like, okay, now it's weird actually being here. It's like I don't want to sit in this. It's like so weird. You like work a show because then you're just like, okay, that person has their phone on. I have to go and tell. Oh wait, I'm not in uniform.
Right. Yeah. It's hard to turn it off, I'm sure.
It
To
is.
just sit back and relax and actually take it all in
It is.
because you're like,
Yeah. I'm like,
but
101 has their phone on.
I'm sure that you guys will have a wonderful time and um and keep us posted, of course, on all the fun stuff that you're
Okay.
doing. And this will be on our Instagram, so you can I'll tag you and
Yeah.
make you a collaborator or
Okay.
whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's it. I love you. I'm proud of
I
you.
love you too. when we
Thank you for coming on.
and hopefully we see each other in person soon. Maybe we'll do boy band project doing a residency at City Winery. I'm just
Oh, you're kidding. That's
Leon's,
one
Leon's.
of my favorite venues. I love it. When are
Yeah.
they stop?
So they have a whole bunch of just at Boy Band Project. Just look at there. They have the whole thing up.
You plug in for you plug for everybody. You're the best. I will check it out and let's definitely do that.
Yeah. We'll pick a day and we'll go.
All right, good. All right, my love.
All right.
Thank you so
Go
much for your time.
before you turn into a pumpkin, though. Amanda's
I will
gonna
not
like sleep, right? She's gonna leave the live on, and it's gonna be her
see my
sleeping.
dog walking in the background. All right. I love
Okay.
you. Thank you
I
for
love
your
you too.
time and congratulations on your success and good luck with everything that you have coming down the pike. And yeah, I'll see you soon. And give
All right.
Sue a hug for me.
I will. I love you.
Mwah, I love you. Bye, guys. Everybody, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time on No More Games Radio.